Y'all ever watch an interview and just think, what did I just hear? Today's convo is one of those moments. Big opinions, bold claims, and a whole lot of nonsense that we need to break down. So buckle up, because this one is about to get wild. Alright, so most of you know that Cam recently had Corey on his show, and Corey went in and showed out. In my humble and different opinion, Corey had something to prove, and he wanted to make sure we were sure that he was indeed an asshole. I guess. Well, that's how it came across. This man made a series of inflammatory comments about just about everything, and I'm not sure if he was just trying to be provocative enough to go viral or if he was serious.
Is this you being funny or is this really how you feel?
This is the real, brother.
Say less.
But he swears he's serious, and like I said, most of his comments didn't paint him in the best light.
Bitches with BBLs crazy than motherfucker. That is not a mentally stable woman, but you can fuck them all day long. I like looking at BBL when they wash up in the sink, but when it's time to choose the queen, you probably gotta go. You know what I'm saying? If you out here getting a BBL because you want to look a certain way, you a crazy bitch. And will be treated as so in the long run by me. I got what I need. I'm from the projects. It don't take much for me to be straight. I got a fast car and I got access to a lot of girls in poverty, so I'm winning. I don't think monogamy exists. If you're a man who has means, you have women, especially men who got money, you got girls. You can't not be with them. Women in poverty, I can control them better. I take advantage of that. They know when I come over, their children can get some outlet joy. What is sexism? I don't know what that is.
Sexism is,
a word stupid bitches made up. If you could take care of yourself, you're gonna think you could talk to me. The only woman who not prostitute, not a woman that's married to their husband. Everything else you a hoe. So are you saying you have never had to physically discipline a woman? Discipline is something that might be necessary sometimes. She has a problem with following direction or a problem with the training process.
so are you still married?
No, I'm not gonna be married.
So you're divorced?
Yeah. Women make broken homes.
How some C-list comic at best, wearing a quilted pink suit with his belly on his lap, can be running around here demanding access to destitute women that he can discipline is beyond me. But clearly, someone must be accepting this behavior because he's saying it with his whole chest and 10 toes down. Couldn't be me though. He put that foot down and get it chopped off like Kunta, you know what I'm saying? Coming right out and saying that he needs someone to be broke so that he can control them is beyond a red flag for me. This man is literally letting y'all know that he's small and he needs someone who is a nobody with no aspirations to stand beside him because anything bigger will make him look bad. And this whole bit about a woman needing to be poor or broke to be controlled is only half true, because the truth is, he really needs someone that's just flat out broken. All poor people aren't going to be willing to sell their souls for some groceries or a pair of sneakers. Only someone who is broken would accept that kind of behavior from a man like him, regardless of their financial standing. You gotta be broken in your mind and in your spirit to let somebody play with you like that. He's saying this like a woman should want to be chosen by him, as if receiving discipline and disrespect is a reward. He sat there with his belly on his lap and told y'all that he likes to sleep with women who have BBLs. And told y'all that he wants a poor woman that won't feel justified defending herself because he has money. So how y'all think this equation is going to work out? I'm thinking something like mentally and physically abusing his queen while he cheats on that same queen with those same BBL crazies he's condemning on this podcast. Both women get the same nearly ashy-lipped, barely moisturized, pot-bellied abuser that everyone forgot existed before he went on this podcast. But out of all of the crazy things he's saying, I want to talk about his understanding of mental illness, because it appears to me that he does not understand that he is mentally ill. Well, he's mentally ill to me. Anybody that thinks that they can be abusive, harmful, rude, nasty, controlling, or downright unpleasant just because they made a few dollars, to me, is always going to be somebody that is mentally ill, because that mindset requires a level of depravity that necessitates suspending not just empathy for other people, but the recognition of others as human beings. They strip away their own decency and choose to see people as disposable, as mere objects to control and manipulate. That kind of thinking isn't just cruel, it's fundamentally inhumane. And honestly, it's wild to think that someone can be human and yet lack basic humanity. It's It's like there's a fundamental flaw in their nature. How do you walk through life without empathy for the very thing that you are? It's bizarre, almost unnatural, to disconnect so deeply from what makes us human. That inability to see or feel for others is more than just a character flaw. It's a distortion, a brokenness. You know what I'm saying? And his views on monogamy were equally bizarre. So what gets me about this is that most toxic people are always walking around here trying to convince everyone else that their way of being is the absolute way of being, and anyone doing something different than what they're doing is wrong or strange. Like, no, Corey, everyone is not walking around doing what you're doing. I had a man tell me one time that a man will never be sexually satisfied in a relationship if you're not giving him threesomes. Now, this man to me was one of the most unattractive men I have ever seen in my life. He was all of 4'11", he was cockeyed, and he was funny looking, but guess what? Homie had some money, so he thought that he was a subject matter expert. Crazy thing about it is that he literally sat there and told us that he couldn't even perform unless he was having a threesome. You talking about mind-boggling? You literally sit here and you told us that you have a deficiency. You bragging about not being able to perform under normal circumstances should not be looked at as a flex. You're sitting here with your whole chest telling me that you are deficient as a man, and you think it's cute because somehow hypersexuality always falsely equates to masculinity. And it's men like him and Corey that make it difficult for other men to be honest about how they really feel. Some guys would prefer to play the role, to act like they like that kind of thing so that they can earn respect from other males, but truly aren't built for stuff like that. And some guys won't speak up and say how they really feel because they think being honest will put their masculinity on trial. All because there's an undesirable old fat guy telling everybody that if they don't like what he likes, they aren't a man. That's whack. What is this obsession with men speaking for all males? How come they can't just do what they want to do by themselves? Does this perhaps speak to a weakness in character? Because it certainly feels like it. You can't just like what you like because you like it. You need everybody else to like it too. Some of y'all would love to swing from the ceiling and swim in some baby oil like Diddy, but there are other people who are truly okay with living a simple life. Now, to me, the most disgusting part of this entire interview wasn't even what he said about women. It was his talk about broke motherfuckers. And even though he didn't specify that he was talking about women, he did say something about wearing purses that weren't real, so that leads me to believe that he was talking about women, but he did mean it as a generalization for all quote-unquote people who are broke or don't have his money. He had a lot of passion and vitriol in his throat when he was talking about broke people and how they can't afford designer and how they have to shop at the outlet.
You buy Gucci?
No, Gucci got an outlet store. Louis Vuitton ain't got an outlet store. They burn their shit before they give it to broke motherfuckers. So that's why I buy Louis Vuitton. But all the broke motherfuckers, they know where the outlet store is at, don't you? You broke motherfucker got on a Gucci purse. Niggas who ain't doing what I'm doing can afford it. It ain't worth getting it.
Now, I thought that part of the interview was a little strange because he seemed kind of proud of himself, like he wanted a pat on the back from Cam. But you're talking about broke people, like the people who support you, watch your shows, consume your jokes, and are the reason that you have what you have today. Without broke people who think you're funny, who are you? You're putting broke people down, or people that won't or can't buy designer, for not having what you have. But we know exactly what y'all have, and what y'all have isn't that great. In light of recent events, a lot has come out about what's really going on out there where you at, and we don't envy you. Some of us are more like Kat and would rather turn down 10 million 5 times because we know that eggs belong in the refrigerator. Y'all out here doing strange things to get what you got, but then turn around and make fun of the people that support you. That will forever be weird to me. And if you're not doing something strange, your friends are, or you know someone that does. You forgot to mention how you're so sure that Will is gay. And no, I live in LA is not the answer to that question. The answer to that question is wrapped up in the details about whatever weird space you were navigating to keep whatever you got. Truth be told, your environments aren't desirable, and a quiet life without someone like you and them in it might be better overall. Not trying to knock your success, Corey, because you do have success, and that's great. But let's be real, the only reason you're allowed to act the way you say you do is because of your money, because there's nothing else there. You're not that funny. I haven't seen a Netflix special or a major movie role from you. You're not cute, your hairline is crooked, and you look dusty. If not the money, then what else? But money? That is not enough for me to put up with someone who needs me to be broken for their satisfaction. Alright y'all, that's a wrap. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Disagree? Either way, let me know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Until then, stay unbroken, stay sane, and don't be out here acting like Corey. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
That's just me, though. You ain't got to worry about me, though. I'm just one man, goddammit.
You buy good.
Whoa! Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got him picking up the